Cave Fisherman, Aqua Duelist here, and new year, a new format, time to take Ballpark out for another spin, and did really well this last locals. I only lost against Dogmatica, Shadal Invoked. I just had bricky hands for those, so just the grind games, it wasn't really there for me. It does happen, no matter how good a deck is, it can break, and it happens. So, just it gets the best of everyone. But, did really well. I got top cut and pulled 2 alties out of my packs, so really happy and excited about that. Pretty stoked. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. I did make some changes to the deck, so I'll explain changes when I get to them. So don't forget to comment, harpoon that like button, harpoon that subscribe button. Really would help the channel, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. So first off, the Vanillas, playing 3 copies of Shiny Black Sea Squatter, 3 copies still of the Insect Knight, just the best 204 beat sticks in the game for insects. And then 3 copies of Resonant Insect, gets us that Doom Dozer or Kaiju's when it leaves the field and goes to grave, and when it's banished, Foolish Burial, neither once per turn, pretty freaking good, second best insect in the deck. 3 copies of Gokipole, it goes to grave, gets us a level 4 insect. It's a vanilla, special summon and pop, best insect in the deck. And this is where things get different. Now, I decided to go for 3 copies of Danger Mothman, and then I went for just 1 copy of the Aztec Pete the Worm Warrior. I just kind of decided to try this ratio out, and honestly, I actually liked it. There was one game where the fact that I was playing 3 of these mattered. Like, I kept kind of going into them. Like, I opened 2, got 1 on the field, and then drew the 3rd, and like that actually mattered and won me the game. It does kind of suck that it is kind of like an RNG thing, but still really good. Helps us dig, gets us a card, and Worm Warrior is nice. He's got his unique applications. I still love both, but I think I want to go with this ratio for quite some time now. And I also played 1 copy of Doom Dozer. It's really good. Easy to summon beat stick. And then I'm also still playing 2 Gardala and 2 Kumungus. Really hoping Gardala can get that OTS Super reprint soon, because that'd be nice. I still just think this is the ratio to go for Kaiju's. I know some people like to play Gamma Seal, but I just think 5 is too many for Kaiju's. And with these you can recycle them and always keep Interrupted Kaiju Slumber alive, whereas Gamma Seal, once it's out, it's just kind of out. You can't really do anything with it, and it's just nice. These really do kind of help. So especially with Picoflinia's second effect to shuffle 3 back in to draw 1, and that's it for the insects. Now going off to the non-insects, playing 3 copies of Parallax Seed, the best level 4 or rank 4 extender. And we got some new cards here. And we are playing 3 copies of Alpha, the Master of Beasts. And if you can afford this card, you should really get it. Like, this isn't really a budget deck, and you'll see it in a bit why it's not budget, but these are like $30 and they're really worth it. So with this, the combined attack of your opponent's monsters is more than the combined attack of your monsters, you basically just get to drop this on your field, and you can return this guy to the hand, or to your hand, and then return a monster your opponent controls to the hand. It doesn't target, it's non-destruction, so it gets around things like Dragoon. It's really freaking good. It's really nice extender. Like, this with Kaiju Slumber is insanely stupid. And if you have Ballpark, that's game. But if you don't, something you can do is you could give your opponent the Gardala, you get the Kumungus, drop this, and then bounce the Gardala back. So basically, next turn you're just kind of set to, or if you don't OTK and they get a board established, you're outing 2 monsters right then and there. So that's pretty cool. It's got a lot of unique applications in this deck that just really works, and it's really freaking cool. So well worth it. Now going on to spells. 3 copies of Ballpark, Heart and Soul deck gets us 3 vanillas, swing and game basically. 3 copies of Lightning Storm. That's why I said this deck's not budget, especially with the extra deck as well. Honestly, the second best break your board card in here. I think it's second best, but it also has that back row option, which is nice. So. And then 3 copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. This with just a lot of different cards can basically just get you game. So, pretty good. 1 Terraforming to get us the Ballpark. 1 Foolish Burial, basically like a 4th Goki Pull. 1 copy of Gold Sark because it's like a 5th Goki Pull. And then 1 copy of Double or Nothing because Utopia Double still just gets games, and it's like super easy to make, especially if we can just play through negates, which can happen. Like, I've been able to play through like 3 negates before, so that's pretty nice. Just make the Utopia double and just go for the game at that point, since your opponent's already wasted their negates on you using cards that just break their board. Now going to the extra deck. 2 copies of Insector Pycophalania. I still think 2 is the way to go. 1 copy of IP Masquerena. 1 copy of Link Spider. 1 copy of Salamangreat Almirage. 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix. 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn. 1 copy of the Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. It's a nice backup boss monster in case you can't make this boy, the Mechanite Crusadia Abramax. Pretty much a lot of time, if you make this with IP, that's mostly game, and if it's not game, if your opponent doesn't scoop, then it puts you in a really good position because a lot of time your opponent has to spend way more resources than they need to or want to really out the Abramax. So it just kind of gets you in this winning position because they have less resources to work with. So really freaking good. That's it for the links. I cut the Boral Sword. I'll show what I cut Boral Sword for here in a moment. And then I'm playing the Utopia package, Double or Nothing. Or I'm sorry, Utopia double, regular Utopia, and then Utopia the Lightning. Now, the reason why I cut Boral Sword for this was because Boral Sword's never actually done anything for me in this deck. We just already got a lot of ways we can OTK, and for like the year I've had it, I've never once made it at all. Like, it just felt like a wasted slot. This actually won me a round today, which is really nice. In case the, Utopia double gets ashed, you can still make this over it, so this doesn't get wasted. Or if you draw the Double or Nothing, you could decide to just make Utopia double, and then make this over it, leaving you the Utopia, the regular Utopia, just for try to stall out a little bit, I guess, if you want. But yeah, it's nice. And it obviously worked, and it came in handy today. So definitely keeping that in here. So, and then for other XZs, I played 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Trap Trick Alamaris, and then 1 copy of Baguska. So that is it for the extra deck. And in case if y'all are wondering why I ended up cutting not Incantation, Infinite Impermanence, is because with this deck, honestly, the Imperm doesn't really matter too much because we can already break boards anyway. So I just kind of was like, what's the point of me negating something if I can just, have another card that's just going to break boards. And that's why I decided to put Zoo King Alpha in here. So, yeah, it's well worth it. But I hope you all enjoyed this deck profile. Go ahead and harpoon that like button, harpoon that subscribe button, and I will see y'all in the next video.